बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलामु अलैकुम। ये वीडियो द प्रिजनर ऑफ ज़ेंडा के एमसीक्यूज का सेकंड पार्ट है और फर्स्ट पार्ट में हमने 72 एमसीक्यूज डिस्कस किए थे। अब इस वाले पार्ट में हम मजीद एमसीक्यूज डिस्कस करेंगे। अगर आप पार्ट 1 की वीडियो देखना चाहते हैं तो आपके स्क्रीन के टॉप राइट पर जो आई बटन है उसे क्लिक करके आप पार्ट 1 के एमसीक्यूज भी देख सकते हैं। और इन ये जो सीरीज है द प्रिजनर ऑफ ज़ेंडा के एमसीक्यूज की, इसके अंदर टोटल 3 पार्ट्स हैं, पार्ट 1, पार्ट 2 एंड पार्ट 3। तो पार्ट 1 और पार्ट 3 का जो लिंक है वो मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगा, वहां से आप उसे देख सकते होंगे ताकि आपको ज्यादा टाइम वेस्ट करना ना पड़े। One day a letter arrived for the king. It was signed C, D, A and X. The letter signed A was guessed a letter possibly written by Antoinette de Mauban, Countess Helga von Stauffenberg, de Gautet, none of them. The letter signed A, which invited Resendel to come to the summer house, was a plan of Michael, the Duke's man, the six, the gang. तो आप सबसे पहले वही काम करें कि आप अपनी वीडियो को पॉज कर लें और उसके बाद अपने आंसर्स लिख के अपनी वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके आप अपने आंसर्स चेक कर लें। एंड हियर आर द राइट आंसर्स। 73 का है ए, 74 का है ए और 75 का भी आंसर है ए। Through the letter, the impostor king was invited to come to a house that was at the end of Old Avenue, New Avenue, Forest of Zenda, Cathedral. The letter invited Resendel to come to the house at the end of the New Avenue at 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at noon, 12 o'clock at night. None of these. The letter invited Resendel to come to garden, summer house, backyard, graveyard. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और लिखने के बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. 76 का है न्यू एवेन्यू, 77 का है 12 o'clock at night और 78 का है समर हाउस। अगर आप चाहते हैं कि द प्रिजनर ऑफ ज़ेंडा के एमसीक्यूज का जो पार्ट 3 है उसकी वीडियो देख सके, जो कि मेनली बेस्ड करती है पास्ट पेपर्स के ऊपर, तो आपके स्क्रीन के टॉप राइट पे जो आई बटन आ रहा है उसे क्लिक करके आप वो वीडियो देख सकते हैं। At the summer house, Resendel found ruffians of Black Michael, Antoinette de Mauban, Maxwell, Princess Flavia. At the summer house, Madame tells Resendel that Michael is desperate to kill the king first. Resendel first, Sap first, none. At summer house, Madame tells Resendel that he will be killed there by the 3 Britannians, the 3 foreigners, Black Michael, Maxwell. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को पॉज करने के बाद अपने आंसर्स लिख लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. 79 का है एंटोनेट डे मौबान, 80 का है Resendel first, 81 का है the 3 foreigners. 82 है from the summer house gate. Resendel was addressed by de Gautet, Dechard, Bersonin, Crossan. In summer house, Resendel protects himself with the help of his revolver, Madame de Mauban's order, iron tea table, his sword. Every day afternoon, a report to the impostor king is sent on the condition of his Strelso and the feeling of the people by the chancellor, Britannian army chief, prefect of the police, cardinal of Strelso. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. 82 का है Dechard, 83 का है iron tea table और 84 का है prefect of the police. After the incident of summer house, Mauban left for Strelso and took a ticket for Paris, Tyrol, Dresden, Tollenheim. For avoiding the popularity of Black Michael concerning marrying Flavia, Sapfrids arrested Black Michael, revealed the crimes of Michael, arranged ball for the king and Flavia, spread rumors. After the ball, Resendel for the first time feels that he really deserves to be the king. He has fallen in love with Flavia, is performing quite successfully. He dislikes Flavia. आप इस वीडियो को पॉज कर लें और उसके बाद अपनी आंसर्स को लिखने के बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. 85 का है Dresden, 86 का है arranged ball for the king and Flavia, 87 का है has fallen in love with Flavia. अगर आप ये चाहते हैं कि आप सेकेंड ईयर के प्रो सेक्शन के तमाम तर चैप्टर्स के एमसीक्यूज अलॉन्ग विद द पास्ट पेपर्स सुन सकें, देख सकें, प्रैक्टिस कर सकें, तो आपके स्क्रीन के टॉप राइट पे जो आई बटन आ रहा है उसमें उसकी प्लेलिस्ट का लिंक मौजूद है, वो क्लिक करके सारी प्लेलिस्ट आप सुन सकते हैं। उसके बाद 88 का हमारे पास MCQ है. When Resendal visited Princess in her palace alone once, she gave him 2 letters. One was from Michael and the second one was from Antoinette de Muba, the Countess Helga von Strausen, Princess Flavia, none of them. The second anonymous letter sent to Flavia warns her not to accept any kind of invitation and not to go anywhere without sufficient security. Information, need and wealth. Pause कर लें वीडियो को, अपने MCQs मार्क कर लें, उसके बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स देख लें. And the right answers are Madam Antoinette de Muba और 89 का है security. Resendal, before leaving Strelso, went to Marshal Strankench to entrust him with the task of protecting Albrecht at any cost, Britannia from any possible danger. Princess Flavia himself, Resendal instructs Marshal to take Strelso under siege if Michael fails to produce the king within 24 hours in his absence and make Fritz the governor of Strelso, sapped the king of Britannia, Princess Flavia the ruler of Britannia, none of these. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, मार्क कर लें, लिख लें, उसके बाद रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. Princess Flavia 90 का, 91 का. Princess Flavia the ruler of Britannia. To execute the rescue plan, Sapt and his associates went to Zenda and stayed in the shooting lodge, in the inn, in the chateau, in the forest. The chateau where Sapt and his associates stayed was of Fritz von Tallenheim, Stanislaus von Tallenheim, Sapt's distant relative, Black Michael. Sapt, Resendal and Fritz went to Zenda to execute their plan with 15 gentlemen, 12 gentlemen, 9 gentlemen, 10 gentlemen. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को और अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें, उसके बाद रिज्यूम करके आप अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 92 का in the chateau और 93 का है Stanislaus von Tallenheim और 94 का है 10 gentlemen. When Sapt's party reached Zenda with 10 other gentlemen, Michael sent the 3 Britannians, 3 foreigners, Maxwell's, none of them. The probable age of Rupert of Anzo is 22, 40, 30, 29. 97 had Delilah will bring her Samson, who is being referred in the sentence, In's younger girl and Rupert, In's younger girl and Joan, In's elder girl and Joan, Countess Helga and Fritz. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को और अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 95 का है 3 Britannians, 96 का है 22, 97 का है In's younger girl and Johan. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि जो सेक्शन सी का क्वेश्चन है पैसेज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, उसे कैसे डील करना है, उसे देख सकें और उसमें कौन सी गलतियां होती हैं जिन्हें हमें अवॉइड करना चाहिए, तो उस वीडियो के लिए आपकी स्क्रीन की टॉप राइट पे जो आई बटन आ रहा है उसमें उस वीडियो का लिंक मौजूद है, आप उसे क्लिक करके देख सकते हैं. When Sapt's party reached Zenda with 10 other gentlemen, Michael sent the 3 Britannians, 3 foreigners, Maxwell's, none of them. After Rupert had offered Resendal bribe to avert the war in the chateau of Tallenheim, he asked his pardon, threatened him, asked an address, struck him a dagger. When Resendal got consciousness, having wound in his shoulder, he found himself in a trench. He found himself very fine. John was brought to him. He found himself guilty. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लीजिए और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the correct answers. 98 का है 3 Britannians, 99 का है struck him a dagger और 100 का है John was brought to him. According to John, if on any attack as the door should be in danger of being forced, the task of killing the king was given to Rupert or Bersonin. Rupert and Dechard, Rupert and de Gautet, Dechard and de Gautet. De Gautet का G जो है वो कैपिटल होगा. The window of the king's room in Zenda is now choked by a pipe called King's Pipe, Zenda's Pipe, Jacob's Ladder, High Pipe. The pipe choking the window was named Jacob's Ladder by Black Michael, de Gautet, Rupert of Anzo, Dechard. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लीजिए और उसके बाद रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 101 का है Rupert and Dechard, 102 का Jacob's Ladder और 103 का है Rupert of Anzo. The news that the king grew peaked, pale and ill and that his health was breaking down under his rigorous confinement was given by first intelligence report Dechard, John, de Gautet, When Safford and Resendal went to make a reconnaissance of the castle, they took 10 men with them, 5 men with them, 3 men with them, 9 men with them. When Resendal approached the Jacob's ladder, he found a person in the boat sleeping. He was Joseph, John, Maxwell, Dechard. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 104 का है John, 105 का है 3 men with them, 106 का है Maxwell. From the pipe, Resendal heard the conversation between Rupert, Dechard, Gautet, Joseph. The head of Hostels police was in search of Antoine de Mauban, captive king in Zenda. Rudolph Resendal, a spy. The head of Hostels police was searching Resendal on the request of Rupert of Anjou, British ambassador, Lord of Burleson, French ambassador. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 107 का है Dechard, 108 का है Rudolph Resendal और 109 का है British ambassador. The coffin that was being carried under the supervision of Rupert of Anjou was of Langram, Crofton, Bersenin, Anjou. When Rupert met Resendal in Zenda while carrying coffin of Langram, he offered him bribe, a plan to remain the king forever, to trap Sap, to plan to kill Michael. The note of Mauban, Madame de Mauban, Mauban de Mauban लिख दिया गलती से. The note of Madame de Mauban was an appeal for rescue from the castle Zenda, evils of Rupert, evils of Michael. None of these. पॉज कर लें अपनी वीडियो को और फिर अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और फिर वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को टैली कर लें. Here are the right answers. 110 का आंसर है Langram, 111 का है plan to remain the king forever, 112 का है castle Zenda. After a long period of inactivity at Tallenheim Chateau, Resendal was compelled to find out any way to rescue the king because Resendal was forced to solemnize betrothal with Flavia, leave Britannia, return to England, marry Flavia. Another reason for the desperate and immediate plan to rescue the king was that Michael was very ill. The king had died. The king is alarmingly ill. None of them. Among the first survivors of the 6, 2 of them always remain on guard with the king's cell. During daytime, it was the duty of Dechard and Bersenin, de Gautet and Rupert, John and Maxwell, Dechard and Crofton. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को नोट डाउन कर लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 113 का आंसर है solemnized betrothal with Flavia. 114 का आंसर है the king's alarmingly ill और 115 का है de Gautet and Rupert. The only person who holds the key of the drawbridge is Black Michael. Rupert, John, Joseph. John was instructed to open the door of entrance hall of the chateau at 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning, 11 at night, 3 at night. According to the plan, during the attack, Mauban was to cry falsely in order to upset Black Michael, capture Michael alive, capture Rupert alive, capture Alfberg alive. आपने करना यह है कि आपने पहले वीडियो को पॉज करना है, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लेना है और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लेना है. Here are the correct answers. The only person who holds the key of drawbridge is Black Michael. 117 है 2 in the morning और 118 का आंसर है capture Michael alive. From the moat, Resendal could see that someone was trying to molest Mauban. He was Michael, de Gautet, John, Rupert. Who prevented Rupert to molest Mauban in this event? Michael, de Gautet, Resendal, Dechard. Rupert came out of the castle in order to go to the new castle right after 2:15, 1:15, 2:45, 3. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को और अपने आंसर्स को एक जगह पे लिख लें, उसके बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स चेक कर लें. Here are the right answers. 119 का आंसर है Rupert, 120 का आंसर है Michael और 121 का है 1:15. De Gautet was killed on the day of attack when he came out of the castle, sleeping, fighting with Resendal, hunting. Resendal got the keys of the king's cell from Black Michael, John, the dead body of De Gautet, the dead body of Dechard. Bersenin was killed in the fight with Resendal at the king's cell door, in the moat, outside the moat, in prison. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। Here are the correct answers. 122 का है came out of the old castle. 123 का है the dead body of Dechard. ये गलत लिखा हुआ है, the dead body of Dechard नहीं है, Resendal got the keys of the king's cell from the dead body of Gautet है। दोबारा सुन लें, 123 का राइट आंसर यहाँ पे गलत लिखा हुआ है, Resendal got the keys of the king's cell from the dead body of Gautet है। Barsanin was killed in the fight with Resendal at the king's cell door. Dechard rushed to kill the king, but he remained safe, fortunately, because the physician stopped Dechard. Rupert forbade him. King was able to defend himself. Resendal forbade him. During the fight with Dechard, Resendal got gravely wounded in head, chest, left arm, right arm. Having conquered the old castle, Resendal came out of the castle and heard the laughing voice of Rupert, Dechard, Gautet, Lingram. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और फिर रिज्यूम करके अपने करेक्ट आंसर्स देख लें। Here are the right answers. 125 का है the physician stopped Dechard. 126 का है left arm. 127 का है Rupert. When Resendal had conquered the old castle, it was 1:15, 1:30, 1:30, 2:30. Resendal swam after Rupert but could not catch him because he did not know swimming well, did not have any arm, was gravely wounded, was afraid of him. When Resendal was pursuing Hanzo, it was 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लें और उसके बाद वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. When Resendal had conquered the old castle, it was 2:30. Resendal swam after Rupert but could not catch him because he was gravely wounded. When Resendal was pursuing Hanzo, it was 3 o'clock. Since Resendal was injured and his life was in jeopardy in the presence of Rupert, he remained safe because Fritz came for his rescue. Form girl saved him. Rupert was very injured. Sap came for his rescue. Due to injury and immense loss of blood, Resendal fainted in the forest. The last thing he heard was all is well. Black Michael is still alive. The king is still alive. Rupert is still alive. John could not open the door of the entrance hall as it was planned because he got injured in a fight with Rupert. Kept sleeping. Was loyal to Black Michael. None of these. आप अपनी वीडियो को पॉज कर लें और वीडियो को पॉज करने के बाद अपने आंसर्स को एक जगह पे लिख लें और फिर रिज्यूम करके इस वीडियो को अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। Here are the right answers. Since Resendal was injured and his life was in jeopardy in the presence of Rupert, he remained safe because Fritz came for his rescue. Due to injury and immense loss of blood, Resendal fainted in the forest. Last thing he heard was the king is still alive. John could not open the door of the entrance hall as it was planned because he got injured in a fight with Rupert. In the new castle, Sap's party found Michael missing, scared, injured, dead. When Resendal, supported by Fritz, came to the edge of the forest, they tried to avoid meeting Flavia, but she discovered them because they were visible from the road. Their farm girl shouted. The farm girl reported their presence. Fritz motioned the convoy to stop. आपने अपनी वीडियो को पॉज करके अपने आंसर्स लिख लेने हैं और उसके बाद इसके करेक्ट आंसर्स देखने हैं। Here are the right answers. In the new castle, Sap's party found Michael dead. When Resendal, supported by Fritz, came to the edge of the forest, they tried to avoid meeting Flavia, but she discovered them because the farm girl reported their presence. When the king met Resendal after his rescue, he showed his wish that he would visit England. Resendal might marry Flavia. The favor of Resendal should be revealed. None of these. After meeting the king, Resendal was taken to Marshal Strankage, Princess Flavia, Antoinette de Mauban, the Countess Helga. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को पहले लिख लें, उसके बाद इसे रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें। And here are the right answers. 136, when the king met Resendal after his rescue, he showed him his wish that the favor of Resendal should be revealed to the public. After meeting the king, Resendal was taken to Princess Flavia. The last words of Flavia that kept ringing in the ears of Resendal was, "Is love the only thing? Rudolph, Rudolph, Rudolph." I don't know why God had let me love you, none of these. Heaven does not always make the right men kings. This was remarked by Resendal, Sad, Fritz, Joan. The duration of Resendel's play acting as a king is 4 months, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. पॉज कर लें वीडियो को, अपने आंसर्स को लिख लीजिए और फिर वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर को टैली कर लें. Here are the right answers. 138 का है, last words of Flavia that kept ringing in the ears of Resendel was Rodolphe, Rodolphe, Rodolphe. Heaven does not always make the right man kings. This was remarked by Fritz. The duration of Resendel's play acting as a king is 3 months. Resendel returned from Zenda and went straight to Dresden, Tyrol, France, England. Resendel stayed in Tyrol for 5 days, 15 days, 20 days, 6 days. From Tyrol, Resendel went to Parkland, Paris, Dresden, France. Sir Jacob Brodel was to have an embassy in Tyrol, Dresden, also Zenda. Resendel used to go to Dresden annually, where he met Fritz, Sapt, Moba and Flavia. अपनी वीडियो को पॉज करके अपने आंसर्स लिख लें और फिर वीडियो को रिज्यूम करके अपने आंसर्स को चेक कर लें. Here are the correct answers. Resendel returned from Zenda and went straight to Tyrol. Resendel stayed in Tyrol for 15 days. From Tyrol, Resendel went to Paris. Sir Jacob Brodel was to have an embassy in Stelzo. Resendel used to go to Dresden annually, where he met Fritz. हमारी जो पार्ट 2 है वीडियो का वो यहाँ पे खत्म पजीर होता है. अगर आप प्रिजनर ऑफ जेंडा की शॉर्ट चैप्टर वाइज और कंप्लीट समरी देखना चाहते हैं तो आपके स्क्रीन के राइट पर जो आइकन दिख रहा है उसे क्लिक करें. और अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आप पार्ट 1 की वीडियो देख सकें तो आपके लेफ्ट पे जो आइकन आ रहा है आप उसे क्लिक करें और इंतजार करें पार्ट 3 का, जिसके अंदर हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स, और वो है पास्ट पेपर्स के एमसीक्यूज. इंशाल्लाह ताला तभी मुलाकात होगी. तब तक अपना ख्याल रखिएगा, मुझे दुआ में याद रखिएगा. अस्सलाम वालेकुम, अल्लाह हाफिज.